No, 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 no. It's not cringe. You know what's cringe? Sitting on your phone and just watching things or playing video games or just doing absolutely nothing and then flexing and being like, I got a 9-to-5 job and I'm doing so well. That's cringe. Hi, it's Isabella Phillips from Uplift Within. I've been thinking, I'm 26 years old and I just had a big epiphany about myself and my life. I just wanted to break it down from the moment of my childhood. I guess I could say a big thank you to my dad because he had unconsciously wired me to be this way and the way that I am today. It all started with the way he trained me, whether or not it was for his own selfish needs. He wired me to be an innovator, to be an entrepreneur at such a really young age, and I didn't know it. Basically, what that means was he wired me for self-sufficiency, and I was not allowed to be bored. If I was bored, he would tell me to go find something to do, to make something, to create. And ever since I was 12 years old, if I said I was bored, he'd say, find something to do. And so I did. He trained me to sing from a young age and to write songs and to produce my own music and kind of copy other artists and try to create it from Logic Pro. I was using Logic Pro 9 at the time. It was pretty cool. Anyways, from a very young age, all I did and all I knew was to create. And that was quite fulfilling. Like, it didn't need any of these distractions back then. I wasn't even allowed to have a phone in high school. I wasn't allowed to have access to the internet as much as I would have liked to compared to other kids. But it wired me to step into my imagination and to keep creating and to keep doing something, you know? And that kind of fulfilled me. And I didn't need friends. I didn't need any validation from anyone else besides my dad at the time, obviously. Ugh. It came from within, and I really felt like that part of me kind of shaped me to who I am today. It helped me go through all my heartaches, my relationships, any traumas. Music was the key to everything, and I didn't know why, but it was the key of creating something. I came across this video of Myron Golden. He's one of my biggest mentors at the moment. He doesn't even know it, but you know, he is. And he talked about 3 top things in order to feel fulfilled as a human being is number 1, creativity, 2, connection, and 3, contribution. So ultimately, if you don't have any of those 3, you're not going to be completely fulfilled as a person. And I resonate with that so deeply. You don't even understand. Creativity, when I don't even have that, I feel like I'm depressed. If I haven't created something in a long time, I feel depressed. Even whether that's music, art, a story, or a baby, I'm depressed. I'm unfulfilled, I should say. Anyways, my dad trained me to think beyond the limitations. He trained me to think outside the box and to see things differently and not just stick to the crowd and follow trends. And I noticed that from such a young age, I never wanted to follow trends. I hated trends, and I always wanted to do the things that I wanted to do. I didn't like to wear the things other people were wearing. I didn't like to listen to the music other people were listening to. I just wanted to be me, and I was so proud of it, and I was so happy. And honestly, I can't even describe how grateful I am to have that mindset, because it allowed me to have innovative thinking. And I could see this in comparison to my siblings, that they didn't get the same upbringing as I did from my dad because he left the family, whatever. That's another story. And my siblings and I have a different age gap. So when I'm looking at them, they're not as, like, I love them so much, but they're not as creative as I was around their age, you know what I mean? Like, so honestly now, I think that's why it stopped me from wanting to stick to a job or wanting to work for someone and follow the crowd and do something repetitive every day. And nobody really understands why except for myself. And that's why I kind of want to just start expressing who I am, what I do, how my mindset has made me overcome so many battles mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically. Mentality is the key to everything, honestly. So why do people feel stuck in life? I assure you that if you've ever felt stuck in life, it was because you weren't creating something, you weren't connecting with someone, and you weren't contributing to something. I feel like people feel stuck in life because they're always following the trend, kind of going by the book. And I've listened to a lot of mentors talk about this, and it's actually because of the education system. We were trained to be like this. But the problem is being trained from the education system that we have today, which is like 20 years of your life or whatever it is. It doesn't match with the current society. We are now living in a digital era. In the AI era, if you will, I don't know. Everything is more online, and it is not at the Industrial Revolution type of age anymore. So I think people feel stuck because we were taught in school to be like that. But when you get out of school, it's literally not like that. I think the number one thing to kind of escape that is to just keep creating and don't follow the trend. Okay, when I say don't follow the trend, I don't mean like don't post on social media and don't create because that's following the trend. No, that's not what I mean. I mean following the crowd. You know, go where no one really goes and face challenges. What does creativity have to do with freedom? So I've realized this, I had this huge epiphany. Creativity has everything to do with financial freedom nowadays, because when you create something, you're producing something that millions of people could see. So for this video, I'm posting it, and maybe I'm not gonna get some views or likes or whatever straight away, but later on, it might kick off. Somebody's gonna see it and somebody's gonna watch me and they're gonna be like, you know what I mean? And then I'm gonna look at it and be like, whoa, people have followed me. Anyways, it also gives you control over your life. And I think of it as it's so cool, because now we have control over our day. You get to create something for people to see, and you're not stuck doing this 24 hours and then have the 9 to 5 within the 24 hours that you have to work. No, you can just do like an hour of this video or recording, or space it out throughout the week or whatever you like to do, and then boom. Why does not creating make me depressed? I have realized that I have to create in order to give back or reflect my soul. If I'm creating for the sake of doing it for somebody else, it doesn't feel right. And I had to just think about that for a second, because I get it. People say create something and help other people, and that makes total sense. But I'm talking about when I went to the Philippines and I had to create music. My dad took me there because he wanted me to showcase my talent or whatever, and reach out to the bigger population of music and the music industry. But I realized when I was told and kind of forced to do it a different way, and it wasn't me anymore. I felt like I was giving my soul away. And I have a song about this called Fuck That Purple Dress, and it's on my YouTube as Isabella Gonzalez. That's my stage name if you would like to know. But with that said, I believe that the soul was made for more. It's so hard to say these to people, and you gotta do like soul searching, man. Like, I don't freaking know. Creativity is not just about music or art, it's literally about anything else too. So if you're looking at it in the business perspective, you're creating offers, you're creating a solution to a problem. You are literally thinking outside the box, you're thinking of ways to solve things, you're thinking of ways to produce something. That is creativity. It doesn't have to be in the form of art or music. It's literally just you, your mind, and the product of both together. Whoa, that's kind of cool. If you think about it, every business was based on some sort of creativity. This guys, you don't understand, okay? How can someone start using creativity to change their life? Ultimately, I believe that you just need to think outside of the box. Stop using distractions, you know, like get off TikTok, get off social media. I mean, you can once in a while, but I reckon there needs to be some sort of balance. Like you can't just consume everything and not produce anything. I'm saying, yeah. Get rid of the distractions, step into a zone. People talk about this all the time, and I know too, because I thought this was cringe. I'd be like, oh, meditate, that's freaking cringe. No. It's not cringe. You know what's cringe? Sitting on your phone and just watching things or playing video games or just doing absolutely nothing and then flexing and being like, I got a 9 to 5 job and I'm doing so well. That's cringe. Okay? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not judging you, but I also am judging you. You were literally built for more, so do more. And if you feel like deep down in your soul that like where you are is not where you're supposed to be, and you know that you were made to do something more, then that's a sign already. That's a sign telling you that you gotta go and do something about it. Get off your phone, sit down, grab a book, a literal book, okay? Grab a book, read it. And I'm not talking about fictional books. I'm talking about fiction, fantasy. I'm talking about non-fiction books, okay? Read something, learn something every day. Every day. Why would you waste your days? Why would you waste your hours? Time is a limited resource, and literally every wealthy person talks about time. Lots of middle-class people don't think about this. Time is a limited resource, and we pay people for their time. Think about it, doctors. Why do we pay them so much when we have an injury or when we have a pain or a problem? We don't pay them for just the knowledge that they know. We pay them for the time it took them to acquire all that knowledge. That's why they're so expensive. Okay, so anyways, what I'm saying is use creativity to change your life. Keep learning, pick up a book, pick up a pen and paper and start writing down. There's a difference between typing something out and actually writing it down and like physically. I don't know if it's like a vibrational frequency thing that goes from your body into the paper and the pen, but like, I will talk about this in another video. It's legitimate and it's true. Write it down, grab a pen and paper, write it down, journal, make diary entries, do that Venn diagram thing, or like brainstorm, you know? Don't let fear hold you back, just do it. Thank you, Nike. That is all. Thank you to my dad for making me a creator and an entrepreneur at such a young age. And I didn't even know it, but now I do, you know? So let's start here together, you and I. Thank you. If you like this video, and I don't want to say like and subscribe, I'm going to say don't like and subscribe, because then if you don't listen to me, at least I made you do it by not liking and subscribing. Thank you. Bye. I just slapped myself in the face.